general. And depending on where we go to, which is in fact going to be Colloseo, those two can absolutely make a comeback. Tracer also very strong in that DPS line. Genji has, as you have seen from Molten, has been strong in of himself in the greater meta space, especially when it comes to DPS lineups. Backline is very flexible. Frontline has been very flexible. And a lot of the time, it comes down to the tank versus tank matchup. You did see Hero Fall swap over to Zarya to at least try to counteract this diva from Brayden. Had some success, especially, again, harping on University once more. But this time, you have a moving objective. You want mobility. You want to have angle pressure. And that's why you're seeing the diva mirror. And also some familiar faces of the Kiriko, the Lucio mirror as well from both teams.
Interesting comps overall. Hero Fall had a little bit more success, I feel like, on this diva, being able to pop some extra defense matrix, keeps the team alive, but Molten is going to be the key one to watch. Can they find some use on this Genji, especially towards a very vulnerable backline? And I think the Couch had a really good first map where they had the ability to disrupt everything that Genji wanted to do. 15 seconds until unlock. Let's have ourselves a map too.
And we're starting things off really strong. Look at the angles already being forced out, or at least forced by Central Buck. They have already out-angled Decent Gamer early on in the engagement, taking care of the Lucio early. And now only looking at the Soldier. Suzu forced as well from Michael, but it's all for now as we are forced into a 3v5 situation. Brayden feels like has been just kind of running around the map, finding 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies. The fifth one has now touched, and now it's just Michael left by themselves. No TP in sight. There's no one within a 30-meter radius of the Kiriko.
And Brayden did such a good job to find themselves to the back line. An opportunity to send some extra damage with already a couple of kills racked up from map number 1. And realistically, McDowell cannot fight until this robot pushes past this entryway. They've already made some swaps. Hero Fall over to the Orisa.
They absolutely have. And also, quick little shout out, we have Franchette in the fight here as well. Previously was a tank on the Division 1 team, now filling in as a sub in the flex support line on that Kiriko. Hero Fall unfortunately falls early as the Orisa ideally didn't really have the cooldowns needed. The Terror Surge probably wasn't even online either as well. Now there's a little bit of a staggers coming through against McDowell, and we will get the checkpoint at the 6-meter marker, and the poke phase, I mean, we're extending it into bridge.
The best part about that poke phase is Central Buck South, with the amount of damage that they've done, has unlocked so many ultimates. 3 already on the board. Beat is just around the edge, and boy, Franchette opens up with a headshot.
Clean one at that. Corey Electro very low on the Soldier, does get called out by the Couch. We retreat back over to the objective, losing the Buzz in the meantime. Now walking on to the opposition. Here comes a Diva, D-Mech, and the Bomb, and the Blizzard. Unfortunately, Decent Gamer, of course, on Zenyatta, famously very slow, couldn't escape the wrath of that Diva Bomb. And with that being said, everybody else has now gone down by the wayside against McDowell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now only regrouping is the Orisa and the Zenyatta.
Fortunately for Molten and crew, that's going to stagger them out here into this next fight. Sure, Central Buck South dumped everything into it, but all you've really got is a Terra Surge for defense and players that are still lingering from spawn.
Ooh, the Buzzfan just, as you mentioned, lingering from spawn, the Buzzfan just came back into the fight, gets Terra Surge for his efforts. Plays super low in that engagement, being looked at and focused by Hero Fall on the Orisa. 2-for-2 trade-off, by the way. Could be doable, but with no support online from McDowell, it's becoming a lot more difficult to stay alive in the engagement and retake this objective. Hero Fall finally, with no cooldowns, will be going down, and we're going to find a couple of last-minute pressure onto the backline as well.
Generational fight from Central Bucks, and the Couch continues to just rip through this backline. How are you supposed to play when there's a Lucio straight in your face?
It's impossible. The speedy character is a speedster for a reason. The Buzzfan waltzes right back in, finds Corey Electro in that 2v1. And in the meantime, 3 have now come back from the spawn room. The Iris have made an appearance. Are we discording everybody? No, we don't have the perk online quite yet. Was 1 away from achieving that Discord condemnation perk with the Transcendence, leaving everyone to stay alive. And not only that, push back McDowell far enough to get a full cap here on Colloseo.
Central Bucks South, undeniable in back-to-back series. Both their Division 1 and Division 2 team able to pick up a 2-0 sweep. Braden, with the play of the game, was constantly ripping bodies early on in the team fight. Had a lot of those really huge ultimates, but the play of the game is actually the starter team fight. Opens up with a 3K, finds one on the edge as well, and just a phenomenal job from the tank to lead off the charge and lead Central Bucks South into a Division 2 victory here today.
I'm seeing something about Central Bucks, and they love playing the between again French, who did kind of make an appearance just to play that flex support for Division 2, but they themselves also are a menace on that character at the same time. Maybe giving Braden some pointers as well on that diva. Wouldn't be surprised if the two do collaborate in that sense, because both of those divas between the Division 1 and Division 2 teams were immaculate, constantly giving that front-facing pressure, always putting something on the board here in terms of eliminations, in terms of staying alive for extended periods of time there. But McDowell put up a really good fight, had some very good swaps, I will say. Orisa, always a pretty good one to have in the back pocket. It kind of just came down to the back line or your DPS line not getting the picks needed or getting out of the fight extremely early on, which again is something that can definitely be improved upon between now and later and nearer to the playoff stage. So I do have hope for sure that McDowell can clean it up and bring it back stronger than ever.
Yeah, McDowell's a strong team. I mean, we said it this week, entered in 1-0, had swept their first week matchup, and because of last week, because we didn't play any matches on Monday, you know, the schedules are a little bit funky, still getting things rescheduled and whatnot, but McDowell still has a lot of season left to play, and especially at Division 2 level, you're here to learn, you're here to have a lot of fun, and that's what it seemed like they were doing with some hard-fought matches. And for Central Bucks South, we said it, I mean, they find their swaps well, they're snowballing really well, and honestly, their two teams look like some of the best. So it's going to be exciting to follow them throughout their seasons. But you know what else you can follow throughout their regular seasons is our Waynesburg Night Owl streams, along with SFU. We've got Mount Aloysius. We've got 3 different colleges. So much action across the board. Those happen at night. So you better hit that follow button, turn on the notifications, and make sure you're checking out all the social channels that TEC has as well. Top 5 plays to entrance formats to fall brawl updates and more. You're not going to want to miss it.
No, you're not. And across not just Overwatch, but also a multitude of games, Rocket League, Valorant, we have Marvel Rivals at the same time. So there is something for everybody. If you like Overwatch, tune in for our PIEA and our night streams as well. We have everything going on between now and I believe Thursday. So always tune in if you possibly can. Follow, support the production team as they do so much to cover our not just high school but also our collegiate teams as well. In the meantime, that is all we have for this broadcast. As of course Llama did mention, we have things happening at night, so come back in a couple of hours in the EST time zone and we'll be here for some more fun action between our collegiate programs competing in NECC and ECAC, so many tournament spaces. So with that being said, Llama, thank you so much for the cast. Absolute pleasure. And shout out to my producer and observer, Nick, as always, holding down the fort and bringing us some absolutely spectacular gameplay for our high schoolers and beyond. That being said, have a wonderful night, everybody, or a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you guys later today or later this week for some more fun Overwatch and more action. Have a good one.